I just ignored them, blanked them out.
I don't see why, or I don't see the point in them doing it.
Disability hate crime isn't always undertaken by strangers.
Bullied, frightened and hurt. That is the story of many of those who are victims of disability hate crime.
This bloke who I used to love opposite, he used to just do anything he could to upset me or upset people around me. Just like put things through my letterbox or stuff things in the gate where the hole is, or just write on the wall horrible things. He's trying to ruin things, but hopefully he's all gone now. He even cut a wire on my wall where I used to live for my Sky, my mum's Sky. So now she's had it basically all the wires inside the house, apart from a little tiny bit.
People with disabilities think they're safe with those who care for them. According to a professor at Nottingham Trent University, they may be anything but safe.
Disability hate crime isn't always undertaken by strangers. So we know that, for example, people that look after people with disabilities can be perpetrators. So this idea of sort of stranger danger doesn't manifest itself perhaps in the same ways that it would for other hate crimes, such as race hate crime or religiously motivated.
Sean, like many victims of hate crime, doesn't know why he was targeted.
Yeah, very upsetting. Yeah, I couldn't understand it because I hadn't done anything to him previous. So, you know, you look at why he's doing it and you think, oh, I don't see why, or I don't see the point in him doing it. I try and think, oh, shall I get my own back? No, it's not worth it. And you try and tell the police and stuff, they don't really do much about it.
Out of all the hate crimes recorded last year, just 4% were disability related. One police force outlines some of the work they do to try and increase the reporting rate.
There are some specifics around disability, particularly learning disabled people who report hate crimes to us. And that involves interagency work, so working with mental health specialists particularly to make sure that any communication difficulties are overcome and people are able to accurately report what's happened to us, and we can get a proper understanding with them of what they want to do about it.
With low police satisfaction levels of just 53% when victims report their problems, Nottinghamshire Police created this YouTube advert to tell the public about what they do when they receive a hate crime call.
Nottinghamshire Police, Jack speaking, how can I help? Yeah, any sort of hate incident that we do receive is taken very seriously. At the end of the day, the person's only phoned in because it's affected them greatly enough to report it to the police.
Even when Sean told the police of his problem, he felt they weren't doing enough.
They went to the extent of going around his house, or they had a chat with him if they saw him at his workplace, but that's it. And if you have a 5 minute chat with him, 5-10 minute chat, then it's not really going to do a lot, because he'll just think, oh, I can get away with this. If that's all they're going to do every time he does something, then of course it's not going to do much. So he can just keep on upsetting people, not just me, but other people as well. Okay, so how's your day been today then? How's your day?
It's been alright.
Okay, so what did you watch this morning on telly?
Hate crime not only affects the victim, but also their family.
Sad, because I don't think it was nice what he was doing, and angry, because it's horrible when someone's not being very nice to you. It also made me feel like I wanted to do something, but I just didn't feel like there was a lot of things I could do, but I knew I just could be there for him and comfort him when he needed it. He's kind and caring and thoughtful and lovely and sweet and honest and just the best, better than anyone else I've been useful.
Sean has a learning disability and he volunteers at Nottingham Mencap's charity shop. He is one of the 5,500 victims who chose to report incidents of disability hate crime.
Please, may I help you?
Yes, can I have 2 mugs of strong coffee, please, with a jug of milk?
That's £1.80.
Karen, who also has a learning disability,
Thank you.
volunteering in Nottingham Mencap tea shop is a rewarding job, serving people with tea and coffee. But the memories of being harassed when she was at school still haunts her to this very day.
When I was younger, I went to a special school, and because I've got a special disability, they called me Don March because I went on a special postcode online, and it made me really upset inside and angry.
Local charities like Nottingham Mencap run initiatives such as Smile Stop Hate Crime. They run various events to help improve the level of reporting. According to the latest crime survey of England and Wales, an estimated 62,000 disability hate crimes went unreported. Karen was one of those who chose not to tell the police about what happened.
I didn't do anything about it, get the police involved, because I thought it wasn't worth it. I just ignored them, blanked them out.
Only 49% of 16 to 34-year-olds think the criminal justice system is fair, according to the British Crime Survey. If we are to boost the level of reporting, then we must all work together.
We've all got a role to play. Society's got a role to play. People who advise disabled people have got a right to play. Disabled people have to understand their rights and have to be willing to report, to get the services and to get the recognition. So we all have a part to play. None of us can say that we're at the top of the game. We're on a journey, and whilst we're further than some states, we've still got an awful long way to go.
The latest statistics released by the Home Office show that out of the 44,000 hate crimes recorded, nearly 2,000 of those were disability related. People from across the Midlands were asked how they viewed those with disabilities.
Life is the same for them as it is for me. Travel, they drive. I have a friend who's paralysed from the shoulders down. And he drives and he cooks and he irons. Why treat him differently?
It's not very polite to judge people in their kind of disability ways because they can feel very offensive and it's just not very polite.
My mum, she was brought up with Down syndrome and she took care of them and their grandfather and my grandma. So I was taught just to treat them as individuals, and anybody with, you know, ethnicity, transgender, race, it doesn't really bother them. Everybody's an individual at the end of the day.
You know, there are some things in society that disabled people physically can't do. Now, I think that should just be accepted rather than it being a reason for prejudice against them. Because, you know, at the end of the day, I don't think you'll have a heavily disabled person playing professional football.
So, you forced the TARDIS to land on the planet.
We caught up with Sean and Karen to find out what life is like for them now.
Okay, so despite all of that, I have still got 2 jobs. I'm working at Emprise John Lewis and with the council, Short Stop.
I'm not at school now and I don't see young kids going round my end, so